Hey y'all, it's April the 19th, 2017, and we're going to talk a little bit today about censorship. Alright, it absolutely is taking place right in front of our eyes. We should all be very scared and concerned for it, and I'll give you an example in a second. Alright, we're going to talk about censorship, and it is taking place. But before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about racism, because as you might imagine, I personally just say what's on my mind and stuff, and I try and listen out for the truth, and I try to get to the bottom of the nitty gritty of things, and I keep it very simple. Sometimes I go on the internet and I make little comments, alright, just to see what people will say. And lots of times what people will say is that I'm a dang racist. Either that or I don't understand that racism is a real threat to everybody, or all sort of stuff. I get accused of a lot of things that I'm just ignorant as far as racism stuff, and I'm just maybe just acting fraudulently, and I believe in white supremacy, and I got all sort of privilege. And all sort of things get thrown at me, you know what I'm saying? That says that, I'm feeding into this kind of whole big world of racism, and I'm just allowing it to happen, and I got white privilege and all that. All sort of stuff. It's thrown at me. Meanwhile, what I have explained, and I'll continue to explain, is I don't really subscribe to any of those racists that you're talking about. In fact, they don't subscribe to me. I'm one of the many half-breeds out there, right? Who are mixed up, who are all mashed up as far as their races, as y'all have come to understand them. Alright, I'm in the middle of those and stuff, and really, I benefit from nothing of any of these. Like, I get no privilege from white, I get no privilege from dark, I don't get privilege for nothing. Alright, however, I am privileged enough to live in America, and that is a wonderful thing. I have American privilege. Anyways, I'm accused of all this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, I live on the outside, looking in, basically. I do subscribe to races. You can ask me which ones that I subscribe to, and I'll tell you. I don't subscribe to retarded terms such as white and black, because hardly anybody is white and anybody is black at all to begin with. And then just whatever other ways people tend to divide themselves and stuff. You could divide me in all sort of ways if I let you, but I'm not going to let you. I'm from America, right? Christian, autistic. There's certain variations that I will accept. There's certain other ones that I just won't, because it doesn't apply to me, nor does it give me privilege at all. And if it did give me privilege, I might take it, but it never has. It's never offered it. All right, so I get talked about in all sort of ways, and it's funny. But, however, like I said, I'm on the outside looking in, but at the same time, I can understand. Please believe, a lot of people they're misunderstanding me. I can completely understand the demographics in which people are being divided up. It's not as though I don't see color. I see color everywhere I go. Alright, it's not that I'm trying to blind myself to, certain elements of the world and stuff. No, I see them very clearly. Racism does not exist anyways. Alright, there's too many mixed up half-breeds out here running around for racism to exist, especially in America. Alright, so racism does not exist, but however, hatred in people's hearts does exist. That's what I try to convince people. I mean, you can choose to have hatred in your heart for anybody. Maybe they sound different. Maybe they have, maybe they smell different. Maybe they look different. Maybe all sort of things about them are different, and you hate them. That's hatred in your hearts. And I'm not even saying that hatred is necessarily a bad thing necessarily. There's people out here still running around and don't nobody want to talk about it, but there's all sort of pedophile creeps, and we should be hating on them, but we're not hating on them. We're choosing to hate on other things. In fact, most people aren't even hating on races. They're not racist. They just have this kind of accusation applied onto them, this racism. A lot of people have that racism title tacked onto them. Meanwhile, there are serious matters going on in the world. Very serious matters. Like we mentioned in the beginning, censorship. A lot of y'all are laughing and scoffing. A lot of y'all want to hide your head in the sand for as long as you can. Feel free to do that. Good luck with that. Right? But censorship absolutely is going on. Not in the way that traditionally you would think about it, like people are getting yanked off the internet. People aren't getting yanked off the internet left and right yet. But however, financially, they are being destroyed as we speak. Or the attempts are being made to destroy certain people who go up on YouTube and who are trying to solve problems. All right, we could talk about racist and racism all day and have a circle jerk for about 100 more years and not solve any problems. Or we could go ahead and solve some problems. All right, there's people here on YouTube who are dedicated to trying to do that. And a lot of them are getting financially terrorized right now. This is very serious. It affects everybody. Doesn't matter what your color is. All right. Down below, I left a link to a man who keeps getting banned off YouTube. A man whose Patreon account is getting all messed with. A man who I go to for a lot of information because I trust him and I trust his sources. He has a good background. All right, this man knows what he's talking about. He keeps getting banned. Why? Because he's a racist. He's conjuring up some sort of racism and some sort of, you know, the problem is this. People have hate in their hearts, right? In this video in particular, he's going to show you a number of things. But at first, what he's going to show you is a group of kids, children, brutally beating a homosexual little boy on the side of the road. And this is very recent. This is very viral. All right. This group of children that he's going to showcase to you. I do not hate these children because they all happen to be of darker skin color, what you would call black, what I would call Hamite. I do not hate these children for having that skin color. I hate these children, and I do. I promise you, I do hate the children in the video because they are savage barbarians. Right? And they have no place in our society, not at all. Thing is, you might ask me about homosexuality and just my opinion of it, and my opinion of it is that it is not good. It kind of is an abomination. Right? However, in no way do I think that we should go down the street looking for homosexuals to beat the shit out of them. All right? No, but this group of children, they decided to do that. And guess what? This is not the first time. All right? Guess what? This is a pattern. If you were to look at everything through a racist lens in the world, you would notice that there's a pattern. It's always been a pattern of these, what you would call black children, beating the ever-loving shit out of homosexuals. That has been a pattern. Not only that, but beating the shit out of a lot of different people in big groups, in big group manner. All right, that's what you would see. Me personally, I do notice that their skin color is very dark. I understand that. Do not hate them about that. You know what I do hate them about is that they're savage barbarians. Secondly, common denominator with most of these children in this group of savage barbarians beating this homosexual little boy, common denominator is that they grew up with single mothers. I promise you. You go ahead and look it up. They were born from single mothers. And somehow, coincidentally, they are savage barbarians. Somehow, coincidentally, they have no business in our society to begin with. Going around beating up a little... I don't care what... See, that's what's crazy. I don't care what the homosexual boy even did. There's nothing that this little homosexual boy could have said to deserve the kind of beat down that he got. Because you got to understand, if you are big and bad, if you actually do have confidence, if you were raised with a daddy, all right, you're not going to attack and swarm one person with like 7 people. You're not going to do that because you have self-respect. None of these children have been taught self-respect. They've been raised in a savage barbarian style. Most of them by single mothers. All of them by parents who ain't worth a damn. All right, so that's what's crazy. We're living in a world right now where racism, it really doesn't exist, especially not here in America. We are living in Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream, basically. There ain't nobody who is intelligent, who has some sort of intelligence, who's going to judge people by their skin tone. However, there are savage barbarians out there. And they need to have a spotlight shone on them so that we can go ahead and fix this problem. This is a problem. Right? And simply because you have dark skin doesn't mean you subscribe to beating down homosexuals on the side of the road and it going viral all over the world. All right, we need to get past all these racist things because they're putting us in crazy boxes. They're having us live crazy lifestyles of suicidal nature. Anyways, it's April the 19th, 2017. I had to holler at y'all.